Good afternoon. My previous experience that I could say when it comes to public speaking is very slim. Most of it I've done has been in high school, from English class to philosophy class, mostly giving presentations over books I've read or research papers. Nothing that I could really say that it was my own personal thoughts coming across. The last class I think I took that was similar to speech was an oral communication class that I did in high school. It was during my senior year, towards like the last term of my senior year. It was more like a filler class. I didn't really take it that serious, to be honest. It was right before graduation. I knew I already had all the credits I needed to graduate. It was just a class for me to have, just because I could. My friends were taking it, so I was like, might as well take the same class too. Didn't take it that seriously, didn't fail the class, but didn't ace it either. When it comes to myself as a public speaker, my experience in getting up in front of an audience is very slim, to be honest. The most talking I do now is in a small groups, usually with my coworkers. We discuss things as the progress of the work that's getting done, as well as what needs to be done within that day or within that week, the goals we set for ourselves, and what's the best way to attack those goals and those obstacles that we come across within weeks or the days we have working within those projects. When I come to getting ready for a presentation, usually it's on the spot at work. It's at the moment, give my thoughts, here's what I think, this is what I feel like we need to fix. It's not really like a presentation where I give them a PowerPoint slides where I discuss what's the best point of action, just due to the fact of my position where I work at the moment. But with this video, what I did after reading and watching the videos that were assigned was I actually did an outline and actually wrote out everything I had to talk about in a way that I read it to the point that I knew what I was saying, but don't have to reference back to my outline that much. And if I do get lost, I go back to it, glance at it, and come back to the video. My level of anxiety when it comes to giving speeches, I believe, is pretty high, but I feel like that's how it is with everybody when it comes to talking to a group of strangers that you don't know and you're projecting an idea or a philosophy that they're not familiar with, but you want them to understand as well. So when it comes to me and my anxiety in that level, my eyes do tend to get really watery, my face gets flustered, I tend to speak or talk really rapidly just to get it over with. I know it's not the greatest way to approach the situation, but when it comes to speaking in front of others, I'm not that great, and I know I need to work on that. And when it comes to public speaking, I feel like it's such a great and important part of our culture that even for our future, it's important to have this tool wherever you go. If it's from 5 years from now to 2 months from now, you never know when you'll be put in that situation when you have to talk to a group of people and give your ideas about the company you're working with or your own personal ideas. For example, like our presidents, they have to be very comfortable with speaking in front of others, not only in front of individuals, but masses of people. And the way someone speaks, I believe it actually impacts the way they behave as well, or the way they influence other people. The way you speak the way you speak in front of others influences them, even though you don't know it. And I think that's an important part of our history that we lose track of. In our history, our recent history, a lot of our public speakers, our presidents, or people who've been very influential, they've had this public speaking part down to perfection, the best way for me to put it. But when it comes to public speaking, I really want to improve on it and become a better speaker than I was from yesterday. improve, improve, improve. That's all what I'm about. Thank you for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.